Bro fans, hold on while I do a sound check. Like always, my sound check. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. There we go. All right, so many of you guys know I've been working on trying to make a wall to fit in here. And as you saw in my last video and videos before, I just took this cage piece from 2000X and just kind of jammed it in there. And that worked pretty good for a temporary quick fix because I didn't want to mess with it too much. But many of you guys called foul on it, saying, come on, Hebrew, you could do a lot better than that. So I went ahead and started making 3D prints to try to figure it out. You guys know I made this first 3D print, which fit in there really nicely. Hey, Otis, thanks for joining us. But as you guys know, I couldn't get it in here without bending it a whole bunch. And actually, it's easier now that it's broken. It fits in there pretty good. But the only way to get it in there was you had to actually heat it up. And since I'm going to sell these to people online, I didn't want you guys to pull out your heat gun and heat it up to get it in there and bend it back. It was just too much to ask. So then I found out if I printed it thinner, like this right here, it was very flexible and I could make something to work. But the only problem is once I added all the bumps on it, even though it was nice and thin, the bumps added rigidity to it, and then of course it would just snap. And you can see some places has some snapping right here where I bent it. And yeah, I could have bent it and fit it in there and make it work. So then I decided to get some new material, and I got this material right here and printed a new one. And it's very flexible material, it's rubbery. And I also added some vines in it too. Somebody said, hey, why don't you add some vines? And this actually does work really nice. It fits right in there. You can bend it to fit in there. And then once you get it in place, bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a castle wall. Now, the bad part is, hey, Red Hood, thanks for joining us, man. The bad news is the color's close, but not quite. You know, it's cool, but not quite. So I went in today to Sherwin-Williams, and I met this guy named Miles Parker, and he actually worked with me to find a color that matched. And so Miles and I went through all the different colors and stuff. I tried to use the matching tool like I did before with the slime pit, but we found that we just could not get a flat enough spot. Let's see, do you have any battle armor figures? Not yet. Not yet, but soon I hope to get some. So we couldn't find a flat enough spot. What I did is I brought one of these heads in for the color matching, thinking that we could probably get a color match for that. Thanks for Roger Ram, I appreciate it. So, Miles, my new friend at Sherwin-Williams, actually found a color very, very close. So let's go ahead and paint it on here. And it has a slight latexy to it, so it should allow some bending. So let's just go ahead and slap this paint on there. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter than I would like, but we can use a little bit of black wash later on and put that on there. Now I got a bunch of this paint, so I figured I'm gonna make a bunch of these, and I'm just gonna slap it on kind of thick, kind of smear it around for now, and we'll see how that looks. Now, one of my fears about this paint is that once it dries, it may not be as flexible and it may be more rigid and might crack off. So I'm trying to figure out what to do for you guys, because obviously I know some of you guys want to buy these parts. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I could put this paint in small little containers, small little plastic ones to mail out with this. And that way then you guys could do touch-ups on it. If you happen to bend it and cause a little crack somewhere, you could just take the little thing of paint and just fix that one little area where it's cracked, and that way then everybody could have one of these and still have the right color. So that's my thought process. Let me know what you guys think about that idea of a paint by numbers almost, where you just take and paint on. I'll also sell these unpainted, so if you choose to paint them yourself, then you don't have to, you know, deal with the paint cracking, because while it's wet, it's going to be able to go on there no problem. But like I said, the problem is once this paint dries, I don't know how flexible it will be. Being it is a latex paint, hopefully it will flex a little bit once it's dry, but I do have another one sitting downstairs on my printer. It should be done tonight in a couple hours. And I'm still debating if I like the vines or not. I think the vines distract too much away from the actual sculpt. Just makes it look kind of messy. So I'm not sure if I like the vines or not. I think I might just like the rock look without the vines on there. So I may go back to that for the final design. Especially now that we're using like a rubbery material. It's not quite as friendly when it comes to making different details in it. You guys let me know what you think. If you like the vines or don't like the vines. All right. So we'll just paint that right up. And paint usually dries a little darker than what it looks like when it's painted on. So I expect this to get a little darker. And then, like I said, I'll use a black wash on it in some spots. Maybe even a purple wash to give it kind of a cool, more look to it. And there we go. Now, I've learned the hard way that before you put the lid back on your paint, you want to clean off all the paint around. Yes, I already sold my updated ankle battle cat. Thanks for asking, Otis. I appreciate that. I still have one painted head left of Cringer. I think I might have a buyer for it already. It depends. We'll see if the guy still wants to go through with purchasing it or not. There we go. Otherwise, the lid just glues on and it becomes really hard to get it off later on. All right. Now I wish I would have brought my heat gun in here so I could have dried the paint quicker. Anyway, there's the mess while it's drying. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Hopefully it'll work. How about lava streams instead of vines? You're next to Blood Falls. See, it's just a smaller area, though. I don't want to get too crazy on it. Again, I think I might get rid of the vines and just go strictly to the original build. Just because the vines it's just too much going on, as you can see there, as it's drawing. I think the vines just take away too much from the sculpt. You guys let me know what you think, if the vines take away from the sculpt or add to the sculpt, and then we'll discuss it. You can kind of see some of the veins of the vines coming down, how it kind of looks. Thanks, Matt. Yep. This is the definition of paint drying. But I think this color is going to work pretty good. Let's take a look and see how it lines up. Like I said, it's a little bit lighter, but it is going to dry darker as it dries. And then, of course, I'm going to add a little bit of wash on it just to give it that kind of tones of darkness. And I think it will work pretty good. So, I guess when I go to sell these, I'll probably be offering some different variations. I'll be offering one that's painted, one that's not painted, and maybe one that's a paint by numbers version so you guys can paint it yourself once you get it. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the demon faces on the actual walls. If you take a look at all the other walls around the dungeon, there's really, I guess there's a face right there, isn't there? I don't know. That's an interesting idea. I'll have to think about that. All right, so one corner is starting to dry. I can see it already, and you can see that that one corner is a little darker. So we'll just give it a few more minutes. You mean right in between here? Is that what you're talking about, Anthony? That would be a huge area there if you were to do that. I personally kind of like having this open so you can actually, put your stuff there. It's like you want to put the chair there or the table there or just have guys hanging out there or maybe even a workshop. I mean, that'd be a great place for like Beastman's hangout area since it's right next to the jail cell. Or even, Triclops's work area. So that would be a cool place for them to hang out. Now, while we're waiting for this, as you guys know, I also made the dungeon fix. If you guys haven't picked it up yet, it's still in Shapeways. And basically, it's the piece right here for holding the door closed. And the hinge assembly here. And, of course, it comes with the skeleton key as well. So, I know most of you guys have already picked that up. Because I've seen a lot of them sell on Shapeways. So, that's cool. Yeah, for the price, it should have finished the walls. And actually, with shipping and handling, wasn't it like $750? So yeah, for $750, you would think they would have made a person fit inside here and finished the wall here and made the stairs bigger too. One of my friends has been bugging me almost weekly saying, Todd, you got to fix the stairs. You got to figure out something. He goes, I don't care what it costs. You got to make something. So I'm kind of debating if I should make something that actually goes over the stairs some way, some shape, some form. I think it might be kind of hard to do. Yeah, I think it was $750. Somebody let me know if I'm right or wrong on that. Again, I should have brought a fan in or something, or a heat gun. Well, you know what? This will be a great video for tomorrow, but tomorrow I should have the black wash on there and maybe some other little details, and maybe I'll have the one done without the vines so you guys can decide and let me know which one you like better. Yeah, the stairs project would be huge to do. I may or may not do it. I may just make an area. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I've actually been asked that a lot to make some kind of floor planks. If we do make floor planks, I think it'd be really cool to make one right up here off of this spot. Something that comes off here, comes out about this far, and then has some sort of support all the way down to support it. I think that'd be a cool spot too. I know in my first rendition, as you guys saw, I had some floors here as well. I know someone is telling me it'd be cool to add floors right in here. Because you got a ledge right here you could probably use and then bring it all the way across here. So you'd have another floor area. Whoop, let me adjust that. There we go. So a floor between here and here. And I'm kind of debating about that too. Let me know what you think about having a floor there. Basically, pretty easy to do. Because like I said, you got a small lip right here to hang on to it. And you can bring that all the way across to here. And somehow have something that has a 90-degree angle that matches this contour. And then it goes across a little extra, almost like a T. And that way then it would hold it up so it wouldn't keep falling all the time. Just a thought. I'm not sure. But whatever I make, I do have lots of purple paint now. So that's the good news. Let's see some of your comments. Let's see. Hey, you doing to get WWE Wave 6 when it comes to US? Oh yeah, I definitely want that figure. It looks like Evil Lynn. She looks really cool. That might be the only figure. Maybe the one that has the Roboto parts too. He'd be kind of cool too. All right, so any plans for figures? Let's see. Any more places figures to stand, the better. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's even crazy too, because you know, once you have your chair up here, you know, there's just not a lot of room for the table. Oop. Got stuff flying out of here. There's just not enough room for your table to fit up there, so it just kind of stinks, you know, because now you can't put everybody around it, you know. So having that extra room, you know, would be cool. Which I think a great place for the table would actually be way up there. It makes the most sense if you're to make a floor big enough for that. All right. Anyway, this is not going to dry in time. And dinner's almost done. Sorry, you guys. And I'll let you know how this goes tomorrow. I should have some more stuff to show you guys tomorrow on this wall. And again, shout out to Miles. Thanks, man. I appreciate your help today. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. And hopefully we'll have a cool wall to put in there to fill that area. And if you decide you want to make your own wall, the way I started was just I just got a piece of paper and I started cutting it out just to make it fit right in there, the right size. And once I got it to fit and make the right size, then I was able to use that for my shape for my 3D object. So that's how I started, was with a piece of paper. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Sorry it's a short video tonight. Again, it's like watching paint dry. Tomorrow, I will be on again, somewhere between 5:30 and 6:30. Actually, I'll be early tomorrow, so probably about 5:30. Sorry, Matt. You can't go over dinner. My wife is making these awesome turkey burgers with biscuits, and they're pretty good. We use the biscuit like a bun and stack the turkey burger in the middle. It's pretty good. Yeah, I cannot believe how much that new tank is. You believe that? I'm still debating whether to get it or not. But the cool thing is, as much as I complain about Super 7, I gotta admit, them re-releasing Lion-O and the other figures is a great idea, as opposed to paying the prices on eBay for them right now. It's cool and kind of a bummer at the same time. It's cool for those that didn't get it. It's a bummer for the resellers who still have figures to sell. But I have a couple. So it's really cool that Super 7 stepped up and they're going to re-release some figures to go with the tank. I mean, it's a great way to help sell the tank, because obviously if you don't have the figures to go with it. And I think it's funny they're re-releasing no roast Google. Sorry. And it's funny they're actually re-releasing Mum-Ra, but they haven't even gave us our Mum-Ra yet. I think it's kind of funny they're re-releasing them before we even got them. So yeah, it is coming out darker. You can see it. It's going to be a pretty good match. Come on, dry. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Otis, thanks for coming too, and everyone else, Maddie and Zen. Matt, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Steve, Anthony, all you guys for being here. All right, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys tomorrow early, probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah, you know what though? I think it is cool they're trying to make the. I'm afraid when they make the Thundercat lair, that's going to be like $2,000 or something. Knowing Super 7, scares me. All right, you guys, take care. Bye now.